here, as you probably already know, but just saying hi. We're going to be starting this very shortly. This game, currently give you a heads up, although I'll probably do it in a moment, is we started an early war on February 39 over the, over Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia has surrendered, and we are sitting here holding the Maginot Line, and Germany doesn't quite know what to do, I don't think. And I don't think Italy's coming into this war, at least not yet. So we're going to continue this for a while, and then we may jump back to an earlier save and let Czechoslovakia go and, have Britain as our ally. And LP is here already. 0 seconds ago. Well, I just started, LP. Just started the live stream, so we will be continuing from where we left off last week. Here, I want to look at some of the production and such before I start. We have damaged factories, sort of kind of producing some of that. I'm leaving the obsolete stuff in just because we need more of it, I think. Sometimes old rifle or old artillery piece is better than no artillery piece or rifle or whatever. Yeah. Air wings that aren't up. Where are you? Here? Brittany. Oh, these are out in Brittany. Oh, these are with the carrier. Yeah. I'm gonna leave the carrier planes to do just what they are. Normandy over here. Okay. I do honestly like to play slowly. And you're going to naval attack, and you're going to come out to here and naval attack. I think them splitting it into the English and the French channel is a bad idea. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Just if nothing else for the air zones, that's very... Hello, Darren. Good morning to you, too. It's too narrow of an area. I don't... If we just to get this a little clearer, I don't disagree with the idea that Paradox made it sort of wider to have a zone that was neither coastal kind of thing, because this is so close that it should just be one zone. But I sort of get for gaming purposes and control purposes, but the idea of having, not zone, province or whatever, if you'll see province, but having two air sort of zones here is just way too small of an area to justify this. Okay, and I think we will put you, yeah, the French channel, English channel, which it's only called the English channel. I've never heard it called anything else. Maybe the French call it something else, but I think they do call it the English channel. Okay, carrier bomber. Now you're a carrier bomber, but you're land base, carrier bomber, tactical bombers. And I think that'll be good enough for now. What else? Okay, yes, out in Brittany, those are actually stationed on carriers. Champagne down here, I guess. Okay, oh no, it's up here. Okay, up here we have stuff standing by. Tactical bomber, strategic bomber. Well, like we're doing in the other series, I'm going to come over here, select night only, and do some strategic bombing of Germany. See if they can do anything. There's only 11 of them, but hey, Eastern France. Okay. Where else might? Down in Provence. Okay. Interceptors. Well, I'm going to have you guys come up. I've got decent range. They're going to come up to here and they're going to go after anything in central France. Bunch of fighters. Yeah, I guess also here and come up into go after anything in mid-France. Not that there's really such an area. Okay, fighter wing waiting for orders. Well, I guess you can come down here just in case for some reason if German bombers come. No, we may need more stuff up here. So yeah, you come up here. You operate here against that. Okay, well, tactical. Tactical. We're really not needing tactical. Okay, what else might we? Provence, Tunisia, interceptors. I don't know that we really want them down in Tunisia right now. Let's put them here. Coming up here and just going after bombers because they're more for the intercepting type duties. And what else? Okay, I guess that's it that we haven't assigned to any missions that are of any use. So we're going to see how this goes. Command power. Wow. Okay, he currently has Defensive Doctrine 1. Reinforcement rate, division recovery rate. I'm more worried about division recovery rate. So we'll do that, get him going there. Another field marshal. So, and we're also going to do charismatic for him now. This is our more modernized, mechanized force. And he does have Panzer Leader, and that's it. We can't add any more. Okay.
Gardez vos rangs.
Yeah. Defense, that would be worth a bit. Yeah, we have the points, let's do it.
Attention.
Different guy, same picture. Maybe same guy, different name, I don't know.
Attention. Attention.
Again. Supply consumption down. Armored battalion defense. Well, he's commanding neither, so we'll wait on this. Hey, thanks for following. Okay. Well, that'll be a bit of an improvement. Now, what is our Navy doing? Not a whole lot, I don't believe. Where is our Navy? Down here? Okay, French Republic Reserve Fleet. Let's select this. Let's create a new task force. Let's get all of these submarines and then let's select this new task force. Okay. Now, I want, because we are looking at a German first strategy, let's send them out here to share board. Okay, now let's look at our, again, this sort of reserve fleet, and let's create another task force, all coastal submarine, just because these have different ranges. And we'll put you up at, well, we'll send you to here. These have 2 line-laying subs in them. Oh, I don't know. I was hoping if I had much more. Now, where is our current production showing up? Is it just an auto? Yeah. Let's change this. Okay, we're going to go to just one of these because I'm going to go. Oh, maybe we don't have a. Well, line laying. No, we had 2 there. No outdated equipment. I know France did have some mine-laying submarines. We had 2, but I don't know if they're going to let us build them. That's what I want to build. That's probably what I should have been building. Okay, we're going to build these. This is just going to go to 1, so we'll complete March. Yeah, we'll complete that. We'll complete that. We'll have both of these go up in Orient. We're calling Brittany, but specifically there and here. Okay, we'll get those done. Now we have some cruisers. Do we? Let's see. Yes, we have some mine-laying cruisers, just 2 of them. Well, let's create another task force. I don't want to use up too much fuel, so that's why, okay. See, it's the Colbert and the here, this guy. Very pronounced. So those are our 2 mine laying. Now I want them to come out here and mine lay in the Italian waters, just in case Italy happens to come to war against us. We can disrupt them a bit with mines. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's select this. Let's select this. Okay, it's currently goes fighters and bombers. Good. Just in case we want to do something at sea with them. Right. Okay. Let's save all this work just for the fun of it. There we go. Now let's start an episode so we can have the clock moving. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with the French Follies 2 series, and this is the current branching version of, hey, we decided to stick by Czechoslovakia, and Czechoslovakia has lost. Germany has yet to align with Italy. I don't know if it will now that it's at war. We have left the alliance with the British, so I don't know if we can get them back in. A bit of a recap, we were unable to occupy the Rhineland area prior to Germany coming into it. And even with our motorized forces against non-motorized forces, which I'm a bit disappointed in, but yeah. So we are on the defensive. We have 35% war support, 14% national stability, and negative 22% political power. Hey Arno, good to have you here, my friend. And so things aren't going terribly well, other than we fell back to the Maginot Line and we're holding there. So I quite honestly don't know where we're going to go from here, other than at least one more episode of watching this be somewhat of a stalemate here. So that's where we are. I don't know how long we can hold out. I don't know how the AI is going to react to all of this. Whether it's just going to go down national focus trees and, you know, try to come around the Maginot Line and kill us. Or whether it'll just, and whether Italy will come in or not. And we don't currently have anybody except for this one little garrison unit along here. Maybe now that we're seeing this stalemate, yeah, you know what we will do, I'm just deciding now. Okay, since that's all nice and stalemated, let's move you down to here.
Gardez vos rangs.
Move some garrison units here.
Bougez-vous. Attention. Bougez-vous. Gardez vos rangs. Bougez-vous. Parez.
Okay, well, I guess to there, and that's one that's already down here. Now we have some mountain divisions here. Well, let's move a couple down to here to where, if you notice, like this province can only be attacked from this one province, but this province here can be attacked from 2. This province can be attacked from 3. Okay, so we're going to put one mountain division down to here.
Écoutez.
I guess one mountain division to here. And one mountain division back to here for the moment. Because at this moment, because there is no fortification here, and unless we're going to go on the offensive, this province is of no use to us. It's actually a detriment to us to try to hold this. And this is, you know, I'm so disappointed in Paradox. I don't know why companies do this. And it's not just Paradox, but they go, well, you know, I pushed, along with other people, I'm not trying to be anything special, but I pushed, you know, in the early days, well, why don't you, you know, do battle plan kind of defensive scenarios so that you can do that. And, oh, well, that would be once the human player learns what the battle plans are, then it will be easy for them to defeat. So we want a more interactive AI. Okay, then well, why don't you create a sort of a, you know, a battle plan maker so that players can, you know, build battle plans for the defense of France, and then you can weight the battle plans, you know, as different likelihoods of being used or whatever, and then it can randomly pick battle plans out. No, we just want a good AI that will, you know, be able to figure this out and play better. We want to go this route. So, you know, you'll see that, yeah, we'll station the mountain division here, and we're going to stick the armored division over here. Yeah, doing things like that routinely. Sometimes they get it right and have a mountain division. Because notice, I stuck the mountain divisions here because this was a mountain province along the coast here, as opposed to, you know, hills or urban here, hills here. You know, so I stuck the mountain division to defend the mountains. And the AI can't figure out that this particular province should not be defended. Hey, the Bear Jew, how you doing? And it's not only not good to defend, it's a bad idea. Now, if there's fortifications here, that's a different matter. But because, again, it can be attacked, this province can be attacked from 3 provinces here. So if you have 1 division here, it can be, you know, 3 to 1 or more. So you have to stick a lot of division here. But you have to defend this province and this province anyways, because they, you know, face on the front line here. So you should put your defensive here, because this is also a mountain division or mountain province. Now, if this had been plains and this had been mountains, then it might be better to defend here, because you can defend in the mountains easier than you can defend on the plains. So and again, unless you're really planning on, you know, pushing hard into, you know, the Italians or something, you should not have any troops or any defenses here. You should have them back here, and that way they have to push in here. And then if you want to, you can attack this province from 3 of yours. So this is a bad province unless you're actively attacking. Neither side should want to do it. So I would love to be able to go, you know, this is the line, build a defensive battle plans, and have the AI, you know, will do this kind of defensive, and then at some point try to figure out, going on and on and on. Oh, hey, wait a minute, I'm not holding this. I'm incapable of holding this line here. Well, let's fall back to the river. You know, that's plan B. Is if this doesn't hold, fall back to the, you know, do different fallbacks and or whatever, but have these plans. But no, they didn't want to hear us, because they're going to develop this better AI that they didn't do, and I don't think they're putting any more significant effort into it. Hello, Vault Boy, how you doing today? I don't know if I've seen you around before, but you're very welcome to be here. Glad to have you. Okay, so let's continue this here, but that just sort of quick analysis of this border as it currently stands. There is reason to hold here because of the port and whatnot. There is reason, though, there's decent reason to not hold here as well, except this does have an air base. So, some Czech units that withdrew to there, I see. So, that's the only reason to want to hold this province, is because of the air base. And since you have so few air bases around, it may be... Oh! Paulin. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that, I'm sure. And Arno saying hi over on YouTube as well as Twitch. Okay. Now they're coming after our convoys, so... Well... We've got these guys here now. Let's assign a... Let's pause this. Let's see if we see a Seawolf commander. There we go. And... let's do convoy rating here and here. So... if the Germans come out to there, you convoy raid. Now, you... okay, let's give him another commander. Not... okay, yeah, a spotter, that seems alright. Okay, let's be sort of tricky. Let's select you, and you're going to patrol here and here. And you, as part of this task force, is going to be on strike force for here and here. Okay, so these two will patrol. These two will come out and strike when they spot something. They got some naval bombers there. Our coastal submarines here will find another Sea Wolf commander. There we go. You will convoy raid. Let's put it here and here. Not so far up to there, but cover that sort of area. Now, okay, yeah, that looks like a decent task force. And you look like a decent commander. We're going to send you over to, yeah, La Rochelle. You go over to La Rochelle. This will be anti-submarine force. Just Kalo. Okay, Kalo, that works. Thank you. That's something I can try to remember. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Words I'm unfamiliar with like that, I don't necessarily know how to pronounce unless I hear them, and obviously I can't hear you say it, so yeah, Kalo works just fine for me. Alright, okay, so there's some better organization of our fleets, hopefully here. Now I do have some aircraft operating around here to help with anti-submarine or anti-ship operations. Okay, what we just had, we have this research, but it's out because this is the London thing, and we can't do London because we're no longer aligned with them closely enough. Okay, this one, okay, right. And we're still back in fairly early 39. I think, factory repair, speed, production, efficiency, retention. I think that's the one we'll do. Hello, USA man. Yeah, I have one that's unusable, and this one here that I'm just now switching over. So it will always show me one here, but it's the London one is unusable currently. What are we doing for aircraft? Okay, we have a bunch of fighters here, so let's see about, well, up here maybe. These are mostly out of date and old stuff, I do know that, yes. Okay. Yeah, 50 fighters here. So once you get here, come after fighters and bombers. I don't know if we specifically have Czech exiled divisions. I did notice we do have, in this airbase here, some Czech air wing support units here that we don't control, but there's 22 of them here. I guess they flew out of Czechoslovakia before the surrender. I'm not sure how it's going to work with, you know, this war starting in an unhistorical method or setting. Not that it couldn't have started at that time, but... for those of you watching either live or later on YouTube, I am also playing a game, a multiplayer game, in which I'm playing as Britain, but we have a human player as France, and which we went down the more historical path. But it's sort of a comparison. Now this is French alone. Okay. German claims a memo. Message status cancel lend lease. Okay. Okay, so they've got memo peacefully. Yeah, okay, they're canceling. So we may at some point here see a 1940s or so push around us, which would, not being overly pessimistic, but which might not succeed for us.
Gardez vos
What
rangs.
is this? Japanese, whatever. Let's look at this template. Okay. Some heavy artillery, headquarters, and some garrison units. Sort of kind of hoping this holds out in an urban environment. Okay. Back to here, force. I don't think that would be better.
Attention.
Let's just specifically look at that. That looks like a decent mountain division. I don't know how well these will hold against the Italians, but hey, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, well, we have time. We're preparing, but we're really okay, let's see. Yeah, we're building one factory, but that's all we're currently building and trying to deal. So it's not terribly great out. Let's move one of these divisions up to there, because I moved the mountain divisions around.
Pareil.
One of these
Bougez-vous.
little divisions there, just in case the Germans decide to try to come across the Rhine. I'm using the Black Ice mod. Tommy, I'll call you. Yes, the Black Ice mod. We're playing as France. Okay. We now have another free factory. Well, let's be actual sort of paying attention here, looking at, okay, we can use more infantry weapons. We don't have enough guns or enough uniforms for everybody, about equally. Though we're building slightly more uniforms. Transports, well, we may not go anywhere. We need more radios, a lot more support equipment. I think we'll go with just basic guns. Rifles. The Moss 36. Now, I still... I wish mods did a better job at this. I hate the way Paradox looks at this. The Moss 36 was adopted somewhere around 1936. I'm not terribly familiar with the gun. I do know it was the last major new designed bolt-action rifle to go into service in a major nation. I use major in two different ways, but I mean both of that to be done, because it was being designed before 1936. I'm not exactly sure whether that's the exact year of adoption or they just decided to call it that and when it went into production, but it was the new rifle for France. Of course, they, and I'm building more of these because I don't have enough infantry equipment here. Rifles, as it were. Now, I say that because, the British during World War II rationalized the Enfield rifle, because the Enfield rifle was I could go into, well, there's really good YouTube videos that go into all the details of its evolution of being created, and there was a lot of weird parts sort of on the gun, if you will. They sort of simplified it during World War II production without trying to go down in quality, but the Germans and the Japanese, very much so in the late war, are making crummy rifles. where the Enfield isn't to the last model, I forget the exact model designation, but the last main model designation of the standard Enfield rifle, just sort of still is trying to turn out a nice rifle, but without a lot of extra mechanical complications of the manufacture of it. But that's just another evolution of the Enfield. And then, which was sort of adopted, was the Jungle Carbine, which is just on a light. But it's the same sort of action and all that, where the MOS 36 was different significantly than the old Lebel. The old Lebel, has a tubular magazine running down it, as opposed to a cartridge box. It's a very different gun. But there are France. In 1939, in France, in 1936, day one, should have more than enough infantry equipment to equip the entire French army, because they have that left over from World War I, and they continued production of the World War I guns after World War I was over, because they didn't want to go, war over, shut factory down, all you are out of work. So they tapered off most of the major nations tapered off their arms productions after the war. So they were produced tens of thousands of these guns after World War I was over, just to have fresh guns as opposed to guns that have been beat up for 4 years or whatever, and to keep people employed as factories either wound down or converted over to civilian manufacture, making bicycles or something. That's sort of a common thing. Hey, thanks, Arno. Do appreciate you putting that up there, the MOS 36 rifle info. And so there should be plenty of equipment and field uniforms. Okay, well, World War I French field uniforms were basically blue, powdered blue. By World War II, they're of this olive drab. I would be shocked. I mean, literally shocked, if you were to come and tell me that there wasn't warehouses full of French uniforms left over from World War I. Okay, I would be shocked. Sitting somewhere in 1936 when this, and to the point of more or less fully equipping the French army. Now, if you equip the French army day one, okay, everybody gets a spiffy uniform. Well, in 6 months of non-combat, the uniforms are going to start looking a little tatty, and after a year and a half, they're going to be, not so good. You're going to need new uniforms and boots. This is not even combat. This is just, your normal sort of training and use and whatnot. Boots are going to wear out, but they've got to have enough boots to do this. Now, we say gamer, they're World War I, they're blue. It's called dye. Germany gets a hold of huge amounts of uniforms from the Netherlands, from Belgium, from France, and they end up using a lot of them, often dyed like a sort of a navy blue or other type colors for various, militia type units, that are locally raised in the Eastern Front or other places. They're used for various things. And so they, without the French badges on them or whatnot. And so, yeah, and the Adrian helmet doesn't really change from World War I to World War II for France. So there should be huge amounts of this stuff. Now, as I just said, the boots and the uniforms are being consumed as the soldiers wear them. So the idea that I'm producing some maybe newer field uniforms 2 instead of field uniforms 1 or field uniforms 0, earlier model 0 as opposed to model 1 or model 2. Yeah, I should want to have a few factories because things get consumed, used up as the game does. But the idea that I have to manufacture enough to keep from having these numbers here that are negative for something simple like this. Now, newfangled radios, yeah, they didn't have those in World War I. And as time goes on, I don't know. I just quite honestly don't know how widespread use the radio was down. Now, this little bit about, and I'm sure we may talk about it in another episode again. I know I've talked about it in another series. But France, the French military command, its headquarters for the 1940 campaign, I don't know, and I could look it up, was just somewhere in here, okay? I've seen photos of it. It's sort of a fortified manor house, with a moat around it, a drawbridge kind of thing over it, but it's not really a castle like you might think of as a, doing air quotes here and you're not seeing it. But so it wasn't really a castle, but it was sort of a fortified manor house, and it had a drawbridge. So you could drive cars in and out on it. And it had, as its communications center, one phone line. The Supreme Command headquarters for the Western Front, this with Germany, we're not talking about the command down in Italy or the command down whatever that was sort of guarding the Spanish border, or the command in case somebody invaded, the coastline. We're talking the main front had one phone line coming in and out. So they could the whole command center could make one phone call. Okay? Now, why was this? French didn't have phones? Didn't think they were important? No, they had them. They also had radios. I don't know if they had a radio in this command center, probably, but I don't know. But I know they had, I remember from watching a documentary, they had one phone line coming in. Well, the French had an order, not just sort of a rule or a guidance, but an actual order was they could send and receive, somebody can send a command over the radio or over the telephone. Like, hey, yeah, I want you to attack Hill 405 over there. Oh, yeah, okay, that's great. I will do it I'll get ready. I'll do it as soon as the written orders show up. They had the orders, written orders. This is for World War II, not World War I. For World War II, they had it that you have to have written orders because they were afraid that the Germans would either over the radio or over the telephone somehow get hooked in the telephone lines and start sending, commands, telling them to retreat or telling them to attack or tell them to go to sleep at noon instead of midnight or whatever it might be. They were afraid that the Germans would come in and impersonate them and give misleading orders, as well as sending misleading reports like, hey, yeah, they've broken through the Meuse, they've crossed the Meuse, when they're really way over here, and somehow, get in there, and so the French are all scrambling to come and find out, no, they're nowhere near the Meuse. So they wanted to deal with signed written orders and signed written reports, and that this headquarters had a whole bunch of motorcycle messengers. So the idea was that the messengers would come screaming into the motorcycle with written reports and maps that showing where the Germans are making their advance, and they would take them into the planning headquarters, and the planning headquarters would go figure it out and draw it on the big map so the generals can look and see the progress of the war and say, oh, well, we should shift this corps from here to there, and so the command loop cycle from where the guy at the front sees something and makes a report, or an aerial reconnaissance sees something, gets it back to the headquarters to figure out what's going on and send orders out, was completely arthritic. Don't get me wrong, I still send written messages with cavalry. No, they may have been cavalry units, but they were mostly, at least everything that I've ever heard or seen by World War II were motorcycles, vroom with, powered engines. They might technically be cavalry troopers, as coming from the cavalry, but they were, motorcycle USA man. At least that's my understanding by World War One. They still had some mounted, but so did the Germans, some mounted units, on horses, but it was motorcycles, what was going on. Dispatch riders, whatever you want to call them. And so the command loop, the whatever it was, might have been good enough. We're talking high command here. Now, of course, there was also a command loop, for a division, from the guy in the platoon telling the division commander, what's going on in this area. There's a command loop there, and then there's a command loop for a corps, and then there's a command loop for an army, because this was basically the front commander was basically an army group. There's several armies here. Sorry, I really don't know how well the French, details how it was organized on the Western Front. But, so, there's different command loops, because really the report from, Corporal Pierre up here doesn't really go to the high command. He sends it to the battalion commander. The battalion commander sends it to the division commander. The division commander sends it to the corps commander. The staff, the corps staff here writes up a report and sends that off to the Supreme Command headquarters for their corps, telling them what's going on with our corps. As it's on the front. Or if it's back here, oh, hey, we need more bread. We need more French bread. Or something, or we need more flour to make more French bread. Or, hey, we've got extra. We could send it somewhere else. Whatever, how ready this reserve corps is, or how much fuel daily report, how much fuel stocks do we have? Because even though it may not be a motorized corps, they may have a few tanks, but they got their, dispatch riders and some trucks to tow some artillery pieces and, some of that stuff going on. So they, most all corps at least need some fuel level. So how big is their fuel supply? Send in daily reports and keep that monitored. And, there's staff weenies all over the place checking all this stuff out. Were World War I tactics still useful in World War II? Yes, some tactical tactics. That's different than strategy. Yes, absolutely. If you were to read Rommel's book, which he wrote in the interwar period, which many German officers read. Patton read it. Almost said Hitler read it, but he may have. His mountain war, and it's mostly dealing with mountain warfare. That would be very, very useful. His tactics of World War I in the mountains would be very, very useful in World War II. So yeah, those would be. Now, some of the trench warfare tactics wouldn't be terribly useful against panzer divisions. They just wouldn't be. But, yeah. And they still have some level of use, most assuredly. So you can see, and so there were radios in the French armed forces. But most tanks, well, seeing as how about at least I would say a third of the tanks being used by relatively frontline units were leftover World War I tanks, the FT-17. I know we talked about it last week about it, so we're not going to go into the French tanks again, but were leftover World War I tanks. So, and the standard tank did not have a room for radio. There were a few radio tanks that didn't have any guns on them, and they either shouted or waved flags at nearby tanks, but they did have a few radio tanks. I don't know if any of those in particular were in use in World War II for the FT-17, the radio version. Sort of the three-man version was the radio version. They had a box. They didn't have a turret up on top. They had a wider box up there that crammed three guys into it to operate the radio drive and sort of be the commander there. But so, the standard tanks did not have radios in them, okay? I don't know for units down at, battalion, company, platoon, what type of units, how much radios they had. So the idea that I'm deficit of what even would be planned for radios may be very, very historical and very right, because it's something new being introduced. As opposed to, like I say, this is the Shosha or machine gun of World War One. And the French did have a bunch of them left over. But to the best of my knowledge, very, very, very few of them were used in World War II. They had a newer, better machine gun. And seeing this, as we have plenty of these here, let's see, are we doing more than... What is our production for machine guns? Okay, we just one factory. When we get a better machine gun, we'll switch over to it. But these guns are crap. But you know, they were using a thing that vaguely looks like a BAR bipod light machine gun. I forget the exact designation, but you know, so the newer machine gun, some of this stuff I'm good with, you know, that I have to produce all new stuff. And of course things like fighters and new models of tanks and new models of artillery, all of that stuff for France. Now see, and again, and I know I'm sort of harping on about this, but I think it is important to understand, because most all of you play. Yes, they had anti-tank guns. I think they were mostly 25 millimeter. Don't really remember. Well, yeah, here, Canon de 25 millimeter AC 1934. Yep, I was right, and I hadn't even looked there unless I subconsciously saw that. Yep. They did have them, and they were around. How long will I last? I'm not sure. Hello, Cebu. Oh, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. We're going to see how long we do. You know, Germany had so much of its equipment stripped away after World War One, partially for war reparations. They were demanded to turn over, MG08, the machine guns. Basic, you know, the Gewehr 98 rifles. So much of their equipment was ordered by, you know, the end of the war to be shipped out of Germany to the different victors of the war. That Germany does sort of have to start over to build their large army. I mean, they have plenty of World War I weapons to equip their so-called 100,000 man army, you know, starting in 1933. So, you know, and probably easily double or triple that number. You know, they have that kind of leftover World War I equipment. But that's, you know, to equip 100 to 300,000 man army. Of course, they go much larger. So they do have to build all new stuff. They don't have this huge reserve of World War I stuff left over. And when Germany goes into places like France, like Belgium, like the Balkans, particularly Yugoslavia, they recapture warehouses of World War I German equipment, like rifles and machine guns that were never used by the nations, often because the wrong caliber or whatever, but were just warehoused and stored away. Germany comes in and goes, hey, yeah, we'll take these back. And they use them all. They use all of that. They use all of the Gewehr 98s they can lay their hands on. They use every single last MG08 they can put their hands on. Now, I've seen photos of, like, I don't know, port in Norway or Denmark or the Netherlands or somewhere like that, and you see an MG08 in sort of you could shoot sort of at the sea, you could sort of shoot it at the air, sort of it's not the sort of traditional ground mount, sort of a dual purpose mount, you know. So they were using them for, like, you know, and this was probably before the, you know, the Atlantic Wall being really built or whatever. So they were using them to, like, put in the Atlantic Wall or other sort of defensive positions, or you got your sort of the Einsatzgruppen of the SS or the Orpo police that are sort of, you know, both killing off large batches of Jews and fighting partisans. You know, they're sort of using in these secondary roles, but since they use the standard calibers, they use every last one of them they can get their hands on, because they are useful. And I think the machine gun you're talking about had only like 20 bullets before you need to reload. Yeah, no, they were magazine fed. Ah, interesting. And they also had a 47 millimeter. Cool. You managed to reconstruct the realistics. Yeah, yeah. Well, currently we're doing France if they had gone to war over Czechoslovakia. Let's see, where's our mine-laying submarines? Down here, there we are. Okay, does that get all of our submarines? Yes, all of our shipyards. So we are just holding the Maginot. We're at a stalemate.
Gardez vos rangs.
Oh, okay. Military complex nationalization. Very good. Okay, where was that we just... Military complex nationalization. Ah, right here. Okay. So we could do an aircraft. No, that will help with our aircraft war materials production line. Requires... Okay, that's fascist, so we're not going to do that. Partial mobilization, that would be nice. More than 40% world tension. Wow, this is stupid. Ah. Black Ice people, I don't know if you're going to watch this. You need to recode this national focus here, because one of the following must be true. Okay. Well, we're at war. Okay. One of the following must be true. World tension over 40%. Well, we're at 29, but we're at war. Anschluss just happened. Why the hell can't I do this? One of the following, okay, one of the following must be true. Has economic, okay, economic laws. Okay, yes, I see these economic laws you're saying here. Okay, I get that. How do I get the fucking political power to change it here? Okay. I see now that I click here, I see the details, but this is not good. I know I get one a day. I need, okay, and so I need 125. There will probably be events happening that will cost me political power, but I need 100 days. 100 days approximately. I mean, it's not quite, it's very close to that. 100 days of war. And then I have another 49 days of war to do partial mobilization. This needs to be recoded. If I'm at war, this shouldn't matter, because this should enact partial mobilization, sort of like it says it does. And so yeah, no, this is badly coded. I thought I'd be able to get that once I got some of this military complex thing done. Oh, hello. Let's see. Wojciechs, there's a black use. Just said that they created France as a country to be doomed. Yeah, it should be doomed. It should be very difficult to do. I'm not arguing. It's just the idea of not even, we're not talking total war mobilization. Just we're talking partial mobilization. We're at war. I should be able to at least start this. That shouldn't be. Hello, OCB. How you doing? I'm not trying to be overly down on all this stuff, but I'm not trying to be a lum here and just bitch and moan about everything. Franc devalued, budget reforms. Let's see. National agricultural factories produced. Technology sharing, research developed. Develop Indochina, developed Tunisia, but there, yeah. Wanted to get Algeria because Algeria is part of, you know, metropolitan France. Okay, gain stability. National or defense national funds. Stability down 3%. Really, people? We're at war, political advisors, okay. Now at peacetime, yeah, I could see that. I really could see the stability hit in peacetime. And this is probably what we need to do here, because we'll at least get some aircraft factories and some air experience. French intervention, yes. Yeah, I'm not saying... Well, okay. There should... And again, we did start this in 38 instead of the normal 1940 start time. And this is just because we're at war. Onslaught has happened. And I shouldn't need to switch to this. We'll do this. At least that's getting something. Yeah, and now we'll notice here, well, I think, let's see, now that this is happening, let's wait a day here. Because normally it goes down once you have... No, it's still just at 1. I didn't know if it was going to go faster. I think it may go faster if I didn't that, but it's just, yeah, almost half a year to change it better. Yeah, it's so long. Now, if this was peacetime, and I was trying to do partial mobilization, I get you. And I also get the idea that war breaks out, it should take like 50 days to mobilize, because we're not just talking about, with this focus here, because I'm looking at the effects, we're not just talking about, you know, call up the reserves and how well the guys put on their uniforms and show up at the front. We're talking about shifting production on a lot of factories and getting all that stuff together. Yeah, that should take 50 some days. I'm not arguing with that once you're at war. Once you're at war, not arguing with that at all. Now, getting ready for the war, you want to partially mobilize before the war starts. Yeah, I can see that. Let's change you to the train. Get you there this year. And France should be a difficult situation. I'm not arguing that at all, but it's just too much. Now we're down to low manpower. Am I even training? You see, I'm not even training any divisions here. I'm at low manpower because I don't have the manpower to change anything here. Improved armor construction. Okay, let's see what we can do here with our... Oh, we got a bunch of these now available. Okay, right when I was ranting and raving, they came out. This is... well, let's look. 1938. We're in 39 now. Do we care about any of this? I don't know. Let's do gasoline engines there. Aircraft model types. Better interceptor. Better naval bombers. Okay, I think we'll go with this interceptor. I think we may have more use for that. Now over here, mostly I think we're going to look at, okay, carrier tactics developed. Destroyer torpedoed. What about submarine warfare? We do have a few submarines. Okay, that would be over here, is it? Yeah, submarine doctrines. Okay, we could do improved. Yeah, we'll do that. We have some of those operating out there. Okay, any other free? Yeah, this one again is we can't do right now. I don't know what BIS means. There's several different tanks that at times use BIS. I don't know, it may be like improved model or something in French. I don't know. Maybe a French speaker will know. Hello, Martin. How are you doing today? Hungary leaves United Nations and -2 political power. Yay! That, you know. And they want to send us uniforms and some outdated rifles. Yay. We could use them. Okay, so that's our air coverage. They're mostly attacking there. Naval operations are coming along our coasts here a bit too much. Well, now that we have this guy over here, we're going to put this unit on patrol here and here. Get out and patrol that area, mostly in anti-submarine type operations. I'm doing very good. Well, the Germans come over here. Okay, our reserve of fighters is not the best. Are these fighters? I don't know. Yep, we'll put them up there. Probably to get shot down, but we'll put them up.
Aux ordres.
Thought I told you to go
Bougez-vous.
speedy on rails. Still messing around in here. Now we do have, these are carrier bombers, so we're going to put them out, operate over there to help attack anything that is found there. Yeah, they could have. France just really didn't have the mentality. Now this part of the playthrough, and I will go back and let Czechoslovakia just be taken over, but we stood up for Czechoslovakia. Now Czechoslovakia is lost, and Britain did not. They you know, wimped out in this, but France stood. So this is sort of a divergent playthrough, and I will go back there if nothing happens, and maybe we'll just speed this up a little bit. But I don't know if anything's going to happen. Whether like Italy's going to come into the war. I do have some mountain divisions and reserve units here. Okay, Moss Model 40. I don't know what the hell that is, if there is any real such thing. But whatever. I just don't know. I'm not saying it wasn't. Big difference. Okay, been doing some of the entrenching type stuff to help our armies defend better. Yeah, better trickle back would be nice. I guess we'll do that because we're low on manpower. Okay, aircraft manufacturer nationalization. Okay, we could devalue the franc. To the market, there they are. Position party, 49 days. Levy en masse, army reform. Military research slots, that could be good. Okay, let's... Grand battery bonus for artillery. We'll do levy en masse. Sounds a very French thing, especially since the first that I know of a levy en masse was France during the French Revolution period. Germany had not collapsed yet. Then the Allies. The general said if Germany had not collapsed yet, then the Allies had not attacked. Well, Britain in 1939, Britain was in no shape to attack Germany. Because you got to realize, if we're talking the start of World War II as historically started, you have Germany attacks Poland in September. Well, between September and the start of winter, Britain has to get its army together and get it over to France. It's not ready to go and attack Germany in 1939 before, November. It really isn't. To be able to attack Germany. It's one thing to get a BEF over here to defend along the Meuse in 1939 or some other place. Yeah, but to go on significant offensive operations, no. Now, and I've played through, and you can check out some of my episodes for Panzer Corps 2 dealing with the Saar offensive that the French did in 1939. The French could have. The French did, as I was just saying, the Saar offensive. But they sort of, take part of this here and then retreated back. There just wasn't the French national will, but not just militarily, but politically and socially, the general society, to go to war and push into German offensive. There really wasn't ever that. Just not existing. Could they have? Physically, yeah. Would they have? No, I don't think so. That just doesn't seem to be in the cards. Okay, we got that interceptor. We're in June. Well, we could do a carrot naval bomber here. At least design them. Okay, well, we're going to end this episode, not the live stream, but the episode here. I'm going to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Love to hear your comments about any of the topics. So please post below. See you next time for even more Hearts of Iron. Just a second, where did it look here? Yeah, okay. Right. What did I see? I've got Postscriptum OCB. I've played just through some of the tutorials, and I want to play it some more, partially for the channel. It looks really good. Okay, let's make another episode here. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing looking at French Follies 2 of the Second World War and era leading up to it. And we are continuing the sort of war starting in 1938 over Czechoslovakia branch. But before we continue on that, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You can hit that like button, and I love to hear your comments about anything. You can say bonjour if you want. We're right now in sort of a phony war, and I've just been talking while playing, while messing around with things during the phony war. Watching the air war sort of take place. They're bombing us. We're doing a little bit of construction. Okay, well, let's just add another factory. We can come down here, maybe outside of the bombing zone, and add a factory down there. Let these guys slowly repair. And another factory. Very good. Okay, well, I think I know we need radios. I know we need just rifles. We're catching up on the rifles a bit. We're less than 1,000 now. Truck transports. We're not going to go very far, very fast anymore. Radio equipment. I'm hoping that radio equipment will be helpful. Where's our radio? I'm sure I scrolled by it. Where? Oh, here. Okay. Radios. Produce more radios. Hitler in America. I don't know how, Hitler liked watching American movies in German, dubbed into German. Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact. Well, okay. Now that we're at war, okay, I guess. I'm trying to think all the different things I've read or heard over the years about Hitler in America and his understanding of it. He definitely thought it was infected by Jewish Bolshevism, as he might say, or Jewish influences. But he also knew that there were lots of Germans and Anglo-Saxons living in America, but corrupted by other groups like the Jews. I know he knows how physically how big of America is, but especially if you watch American movies, you sort of, back in there, because I love American movies from the interwar period, sound ones. I can't really watch silence movies for very long. I end up falling asleep. And you definitely get the idea that, Germany had them too. So, big cities like Chicago and New York, okay. But I think they didn't understand the scale of America, not just the size of the land. If you look in Australia and you think, it's huge, it's a continent. But there's 3 major cities. If Tippett or somebody here can tell me wrong, but I don't even know if Canberra is a major city really, but that's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of Melbourne and not Adelaide. Where's Sydney? Sydney and Melbourne, and then I'm thinking of Perth. but maybe Canberra is the capital. But I think it's a much smaller city. And places like Adelaide, yeah, no, it's it's maybe qualifies as a city, but it's not a major city. I don't even know if Perth would. There's at least two major cities that are in Australia. This is mostly an empty land. I mean, if it were fertile, had lots of water and fertile, it could hold huge numbers of people, but it's not. And so I don't really know what Hitler thinks of America. I know he thinks it's big and powerful like Germany, but I don't know if he understands quite how much bigger and more powerful than it is than Germany. I just don't really know that he gets that. Okay, Turkey wants referendum on Hathaway, whatever. Piece of land is not worth much to us. They can have it, fine, yeah, whatever. There, I'm not going to fight over this. We got a real war to fight with Germany now. Hello, Rhaegar. Yeah, we're playing the Surrender Monkeys. Remove political advisors. Okay, political advisors are both. Coup attempt. Oh, well, we're down to stability here. That's... Okay, we stand by them. Oh, yeah, we're... If you don't have them, you often lost making the wrong decisions. Maybe if we ignore the problem, it will go away. We can stand by them, and of course I'm trying to get enough political power to mobilize. Parti Radical, the Liberal Party. Edward Deladier. Maybe if we ignore, okay, political damage is not small, but it could possibly. We'll ignore the problem. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, levy en masse. Gasoline engines, nice. Okay, how much do we can do? Okay, we have to just hold out for one more political power. Let's do this here. There we go. No, we want to come here. This better work. Using all of our political power basically on this to then come over here and... Oh! Don't we have political law partial mobilization? Or economic law, I mean. Did I just hit the... No, that's not the one I hit. Oh, it has to go through its process, right. Okay, it's going through the countdown Okay, it's doing this. I don't dislike the idea that it takes a little while to happen. We'll see how long it takes. But when that hourglass goes away. That's something that I'm not used to. Oh, we also had a research thingy. Okay. Well, I think we'll do this. But our stability's going down, 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 down. Oh, we gotta keep watching over here. Okay, we got Enigma Codes, nice. Don't know how long this is going to take. How long does this take, people? Total progress 17. Oh, I should be doing another national focus then. Okay, do we have a 49 day? I'm just looking for 35 days. No entente. No, I don't know. We want to do that. Memory reform 49 days. D6. Just looking for not the little entente, but looking for a quick one here. These are all going to be longer. Okay. Should have been doing this already, though we do have. Let's do army reform, levy en masse. Okay. We have that. And it's partially done, so when that gets done, hopefully we'll be able to do that. Yeah, okay, see, what I'm worried about is if we were to do our manpower type stuff here, it will, I think, maybe hurt, well, division experience. Okay, no, it doesn't seem to hurt our, no, stability's going down per weekly. See it now? Yeah, I mean, we could do a little bit better maybe, but political power gain, division recovery rate, we go to here. Yeah, we're about ready to collapse because of no stability anyways. Need a diplomatic sense of castle Lend-Lease. Okay, we're losing Lend-Lease from the United States. Field Hospital 2. Okay, let's see over here now. Oh, this one can only come in these. Last thing we did was engines. Well, the Christie suspension, I guess. This one here. Trying to do things that are simple and not going to increase our cost of production of anything. I'll do that. Yeah. Manpower is a complicated issue in the game. Oh, I'm going to keep looking over here. Well, as soon as that's done. Yeah, okay, so we... 32 out of 88 total progress. Thinks Germany's going to win simply by us being at war, losing stability without fighting us. Okay, more exile leaders showing up. I wish I knew a good way to make stability go up. Okay, inflation, reduce. Okay, don't particularly know. Okay, well. Germany may be getting ready to go after Poland now. We'll see. Wonder if that'll be our chance to do something. Probably not. Hello, Mystics Froze. How you doing? Improved raiding tactics. Okay, well, do any of these help with stability here? We did that. Consumer goods down. Reduction efficiency. Cap. Fluorescent lighting. Let's look over here. I know we did this. And that does help stability. That's what I'm sort of wondering if there's another technology that would help. Let's do that. Production efficiency improvement. Well, decision. Let's look at decisions. You're right, there may be collect scrap. No, it doesn't. It's not really resource problem right now. Increase operatives. Additional weekly stability plus election campaign. Gain stability there. Consumer goods up a little bit. Okay, let's do this as being the cheaper one there. Okay, weekly stability here, we get a little bit more. Return land for housing or farming. That will help us when we can. Rubber plantations. Dismantle the Maginot Line. No, thank you. I'm not going to dismantle the Maginot Line. Political power here. Urge Czechoslovakia infiltrators. That'll get me political power in 30 days, which will hopefully get so I can get some of the other. Now this one, Czechoslovakian parliamentary speech. Yeah, but it reduces our daily political power for 120 days, and I don't want to do that right now. Okay, well, that may help us a bit. Probably should have done well. Okay, army reform. We're still waiting on this. Okay, is there a national focus here? There are. Oh, these, okay. Trying to read here. There's one that specifically, I don't see either way for. See, political power gain down 6%, but weekly stability down 20%. Oh god. Okay, well, let's devalue the franc. No longer under the effects of calm population. Population is no longer calm. Assassination attempt on Edward Deladier. Oh, good. Just what we needed. that should give me enough. So I think the other one that we needed here was also, it was 35. Turn land, yes, okay, weekly stability. Okay, now our stability's going up. Yay, 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 yay. Advanced machine tools, and America wants to... Oh, yeah, we'll take trucks and some radios. That'll be nice. Okay, we'll do that to help our manpower shortage. Okay, yay, now we're going up. We'll play Evil Empire. We lost a convoy. No. Come on, do a better job hunting them down. Convoys, that is. Okay, you carrier units. You... Okay, Christie suspension, fine. You go out there, look for ships. Not that 18 aircraft are going to do much, but they might do a little bit. Buying something on sale sounds like a good plan. I like sales. I'm a sucker for them, I'm sure. Better recon equipment, good. I guess we can also do the cavalry recon. Okay, we can put... Well, there's just going to be more radios, or do we have... Trucks, maybe. Trucks... Yeah, we've caught up with rifles and uniforms, which is good. Radios, we can do transport trucks. Or fighters. Well, transport trucks. Yeah, we'll increase transport trucks. Just in case we ever need to actually transport anything in our units. We'll do that. Just did them. Let's do more fighters. How are we on resources? We have plenty. Oh, we're overdoing some of the resources. Okay. Rubber. Let's go down. And tungsten. Let's go down. Is that going to put us to negative? I don't know. More fighters. I know some of these are obsolete, but whatever. Just more of them. Okay, now we need more resources. Okay, yeah, I guess we just... No, we want rubber. Guess we want to just do... We get more because it's a puppet then. We would if it was just 8, so yeah. No good. We got the Enigma code cracked. Improved worker safety. They're not losing as many fingers, so they get to be better workers. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, what in here can we do that will do better? Weekly stability, 10%, so we're going to do this. Should have done this before. There we go. Gotta look for these things. At least we're on the upswing now. Although they've done the Ribbentrop Pact, they've yet to invade Poland, so that's good. Are you attack bombing the Germans? No, we are strat bombing, or were strat bombing over here. I don't know if any of our bombers are... Yeah, they still seem to be doing it. We got 10, we've lost 1. Frank devalued, very good. Okay, Frank devalued. Budget law. Weekly stability, no, we're not going down that. National Defense Funds. Stability, no. See, no. How much longer until we get this? No, well, okay, here we are at partial mobility. Why the hell can't we do this? Okay, we have that. Requires national defense funds also. Oh shit, that too. Now it. That's 3% stability. I can't do that. We're at war. Military research, that's fairly safe. Uh-oh. Good pun there. Good pun. French frogs. PETA. Well, knowing the French and their eating of frogs and other thing, PETA might actually be for it. Because PETA likes animals more than they like people. Well, might as well research something here. I guess we can research that if we're going to build it. Let's do a few more of these researchers that might get us some better political support. Okay, well, let's look to see if we have more events that will help us with political. Invest in construction research. Okay, 50, we'll see about that. Requisition trucks, no, we won't requisition. Collect scrap metals, round up forces, no. Want to reduce war support. Okay, we do have some spies. This, okay, root out resistance, control trade, diplomatic pressure. Currently we're on counterintelligence, which is probably the best thing for you. Weekly stability up 1%. For 70 days only though, but okay. We're doing that, that will help. Improved working conditions, factory output goes down though. Yeah, I think we will come up here. I just wanted to check out other things. We'll get a research slot. We'll do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do a rant on those right now. Right now, of course, I think America's stability is going way down, to put it in those terms. Okay, well. Paratroopers. Equipment, just looking for something that does stability increase that I can push towards. Yeah, we're doing this. Once we get that, division training time, division attrition, recruitment population. We'll get us some more stability once we get there. That helped us some. So that's gonna get us, we could do that's a lot of radios. Huh. Well, I guess we'll do this now. Yeah, well, one, we need the political power to do some of the stuff. Standing army. Political power gain. Yeah. That's attack minus 80. That would be better. Not seeing a big downside on this. Of course, stability. But let's see. Okay, Constitutional Republic. Okay, I don't know. We're going to change that. Well, if we wait to here, we go from negative 10% weekly stability tolerated to foreign investors regulated, plus 10%. So if we want to wait for that, reduces research speed, but I don't know. Average tariffs, let's see if we go to low tariffs or high tariffs, stability down. Average taxes, if we go to low taxes, stability goes up, factory output goes down. Okay, war penalty minus 10%, weekly war support. We go to regulated press. War penalty at negative 5% instead of 10%, so it's actually nice, an improvement. Maybe we should go to regulated press. Don't know. We're a chaotic nation. I don't know. Please give a thumbs up. Oh, thank you, Arno. Do appreciate this. Yeah, Hitler's a bad guy. We're no longer from the effects of a calm population. Okay. That would be scary. Okay, kill Germany. Yeah, we don't want to kill Germany. Kill Hitler. Hitler's bad. Nazis bad. Hitler's bad. Yep. Lost a convoy. Lost a convoy. Okay, well, we're not... Let's see here. Okay, looking for a good anti-submarine force. Okay, these are mine layers. Okay, good. Well, yeah, you guys come up to here. And I think we're going to add you to the patrol fleet. You currently are on this one. We're going to put you patrolling here. Thought you weren't. I thought you were strike force. No, this. Where are you coming from going to? Okay, the mine layer 1 we're going to get a new task force for. And you are going to lay mines along the Italians here with the other guys. It's the subs I want around there. Well, let's select these guys and rebase you over to here. We'll send them over to the Bay of Biscay and have them go sub-hunting. Well, without Hitler, I don't know that the Germans would have been so forcefully moving into Czechoslovakia. Austria, yeah. Get rid of a lot of the other World War I treaty restrictions, yeah. So those things I would say are broadly popular from the various pro-German groups. You know, which includes socialists and whatnot. You know, unifying Germany. Czechoslovakia, not so much. Poland, not so much. I think they would have been satisfied without Czechoslovakia, just Austria and Germany unified. I think. I could be wrong. I have no, you know, absolute truth on the, you know, knowledge or whatever that I know for sure, but I think that's a likelihood. There was great fear by the military and civil population of another war with France. They really didn't want it. Yeah, they wanted to get rid of the Versailles Treaty for sure, but actually another war with France, there was a lot of fear there. And it wasn't what I would call fear of losing, more just a fear of loss of life? Are we going to have another war with so many dead people in it? Better fuel refining USA, man. That is not a bad idea, but fuel is... Well, we're sort of low on fuel as it is now. Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah, maybe better fuel refining would be good. Let's see if we can get some more fuel from the USA. We're having a lot of anti-convoy stuff. Okay, now we're at least increasing fuel. Okay, good. Better fuel refining would be good. Thank you, USA, man. Yeah, we are empty. That's probably why some of the stuff isn't working so well. Not enough fuel. I should pay attention to that more. Okay, well, that's not even helping enough. Let's grab another factory's worth. Military research, good. Okay, well. Can't do that. Stability goes down. See, we're going up in stability. That's good. Okay, well, it gives us a research slot. I'll look at that in a moment. Okay, naval... Experience base in Provence. There... Battleship, carrier, Mediterranean. Air bases. Nice stuff, but maybe not what we're looking for. Yeah, that isn't it. Okay. Burning technology, Standard Oil, Sahara Oil. Very important stuff until late. Yeah, no, I'm sort of playing in the French style. You know, maybe what I should have been doing is let's see, there is a stabilized nation, weekly stability, factory output, consumer goods, invest in scientific. Yeah, let's do this for a little bit. Because we want more than this. We also have new slot 2. Okay, okay, chat. Should we do strategic destruction, battlefield support, or operational integrity? What do you guys think? Because right now we're doing our one research we can do there. I don't think there's much. So that was this or that. I don't think there's much left we can do over here. So now there are some stuff down here we can do, but what areas would you say? You know, swords are cool. I have a really nice back sword. Does anybody know what a back sword is? Oh, Stalin boy. I know you've been posting there a bit. From Joseph Stalin. Well, Joseph Stalin was an evil, evil man. More evil than Hitler. You are the air guy. Pitch it up to strategic destruction, you think? Or no? We can do that. Yeah, I'm not terribly good at these either. Okay, we'll do Strategic air superiority, fighter detection. Strategic destruction. We'll do that. We don't have enough to spend there. We're at 33, it looks like. Okay, so we'll do that. And we had another, this one open up here. If we ever do switch to better artillery, we can do that. I'm sorry to hear that your family was affected that way. It's not good, of course. Well, we're playing as France. I guess we're taking Arna's advice for strategic destruction. I normally like to be aggressive as Germany or other nations, so I don't necessarily want to strategic bomb factories. I just, once I go to war, I want to go in and conquer them. But since we're really sort of fighting on the defensive here, maybe I need to think more strategic destruction once we... How much more time do we have? That civilian. Okay, it's going to be a while before the structure works. He dies. So, if we're just defending, blasting factories and whatever makes a lot more sense. We're not going to invade and take them. We're just gonna need 8 factories on trying to import fuel or oil that then we're converting to fuel. Base gain fuel capacity, daily gain, current consumption, maximum consumption. Okay, more mining subs. Where are they? I probably should put these to less operational intensive stuff. Well, very good to have you back. Coup attempt. Political advisors. We're just going to, maybe if we ignore this. Oh, we're now going down. Why are we going down? Let's see what we can do to get back up. Okay, probably one of our things timed out here. There we go. We have 140. There we go, we'll do that. Train the workforce, gain stability 5%. Research speed down, but gain stability 5% more support. Okay, we're going to train the workforce. We want to get this up. Build stability in our phony war. Well, we're already into January 1940, and they still haven't attacked Poland. wandering in various exiles. Okay, slowly. Oh, we're doing good on radio equipment. That's good. Trucks we could use some more of, and fighters we could use a lot more of. So let's go with some more fighters. We want to sort of kind of protect our airspace. Since we're doing this, we're just going to. Oh well, no, I don't think we will. Yeah, let's wait until we do the new. Once these guys are done, I'm going to research another fighter type and just jump into the 1941, I think. Oh, they canceled their land lease. Sorry to hear that. It was quite helpful. Our core fuel daily gain 5,000. We're using more. Yeah. Oh, we need to do better fuel stuff too for research. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's change this right now. We can change this. Let's come over here to, yeah, that. We'll do that. Yep, we're losing 27%. I don't know if there's a good way. Maybe invade Hungary. Oh, Germany? Oh, obviously we can't. There's no way to get there. I don't know. I don't know how much longer we're going to do this, but I think we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll have to see you here more often. Thanks so much. Yes, and you can follow on YouTube and subscribe on... follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, the research slot not being used is this one, London. We had it for a while because we were in alliance with Britain. But since they left our faction because they would not go to war over Czechoslovakia, we lost them. So it's not quite grayed out, but it's marooned out or whatever. So that's the one that's showing that we're not using. So I think, yeah, that's the only one we're not currently using here. But yeah, that is a thing. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to make one more episode. I'm just... Oh, stop recording. Stop recording. Yep. So you guys can hang out. Oh, well, thank you. Please do follow on Twitch and subscribe over on YouTube. If you want to, you can scroll down below the chat page and see the link to the YouTube channel. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer. Nope, didn't take. Let's try this again. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with the Black Ice mod. And of course, we're playing as France, and we're seeing how France could do. Thank you for following the channel. I do appreciate it. Seeing what would happen if France fought, instead of not fighting, fought to help Czechoslovakia, and they've lost, and we're in a stalemate, and we're continuing that way. And I think we're going to do one more episode of this if nothing else happens. I'll just continue a stalemate and air warfare and whatnot. Okay. Synthetic refining and fuel. I don't know, do we want to go down synthetic? I think we can get oil enough. It's more just creating fuel. Okay. Civilian construction speed down. But how does this help us? Okay, this gives us less fuel usage for certain units. Okay. That doesn't help us too much. For fuel, okay. Well, let's do radar research. All kinds of improvements between World War I and World War II. Though, of course, a lot of World War I artillery, a lot of Italy's artillery used in World War II was literally leftover World War I guns. So in some ways, there is no difference. In other ways, there's a lot of difference. Artillery was being developed. Sort of hard to sum up there, USA man, in the... Oh, we had an agent captured? Okay. No, hold on. Pause. Okay. Czechoslovakia was called... No. Model Entente. Well, we lost an agent captured. We now have an ally of Czechoslovakia, of Romania. So it's a complicated story. One of the big things that changed in artillery, and it starts with the French 75 just before World War I, was adding in pneumatic recoil systems, basically an air recoil system to the guns instead of no recoil system, so that guns could stay on target better in between shots. Instead of, you'll see a lot of, through World War I, you'll see a lot of artillery that when they fire it, they have these sort of ramp things. The gun fires and the wheels turn and the gun goes back a ways. Well, with the pneumatic system, they just go back, like a few inches each time it fires, so it stays on target better. A lot of improvements like that in artillery. But they started in World War I, continued through World War II. Okay, so they've annexed that, but now... these guys are at war. Declare war, justify guarantee independence, approved relations. Well, okay, they're at war. I don't know how that's going to help or hurt us. I think probably only help us. Well, Rhaegar, this war started in 1938 over the Sudetenland when France decided to help Czechoslovakia instead of abandon Czechoslovakia. This war started earlier. So there was no partitioning of Czechoslovakia, first with the Sudetenland and then secondarily breaking it up and giving territory over to Hungary and other things. So they ended up conquering it all. Yeah, we're still at peace with Italy, I believe. Yep. Now Romania has a short front with... They want to give us some Studebaker trucks. Nice. And wants to provide one, whatever the hell this is. Maybe that's a truck. 4x4. Okay. Their air force is up and flying. Can we get them into an alliance with us? Just for military docking rights, improve relations, send attaché. I could do that. Non-aggression, fight to alliance. Romania is already in a faction. What faction are you in? Yes, their own faction, defenders. I don't know. Okay. Well, the whole Czechoslovakian thing is complicated. I know Hungary gets 2 big chunks of land from former Czechoslovakia. And yes, in the sort of Slovak or Carpathian regions, however you want to call that. I guess we'll continue here. Okay, well, the Little Entente, and this is going from memory, reading up about it for some of my events, for Third Reich events, mod for Hearts of Iron 3 that's released, and Hearts of Iron 4 not released and needs lots of work. There was what was called the Little Entente that was set up with victors primarily of World War One, with the sort of primary goal of maintaining the expanded borders of World War One, and those included, and it sort of breaks up, but basically is, again, I'm going after. It's like Romania, Yugoslavia, and Greece. I think there's a fourth. Is it Czechoslovakia or I forget? But it's sort of set up to. It's really sort of initially in the early days focused, and maybe it's Turkey is the fourth member, but there were four members. I forget, and it's sorry, I haven't really looked up a lot of this stuff. But it was worrying about Hungary trying to get territory that was once part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and part of the Hungarian part of it, getting territory back. And it was also looking at Bulgaria, who Greece didn't want to give up this part back to Bulgaria, and Romania didn't want to give up that part back to Bulgaria. And Serbia was worried about possible Hungarian or Bulgarian expansion in there. So it was sort of containing these two nations. That was its sort of main focus. Also a little bit of anti-Bolshevism focus too. Yeah, it was never terribly solid, in my understanding. Hello, Ascenta Jacko. It is a complicated game. Now, I'm playing a rather complicated mod to the game called Black Ice. Yeah, it's a complicated game. I would say a little less complicated than Hearts of Iron 3, which is probably also pretty cheap on Steam. And there's like 2 days left. You might, if before you buy this game, you might check the Paradox website first. It may be cheaper or as cheap there, and you will get a Steam code, so you'll still get it on Steam. So you might want to buy it straight from Paradox instead of buying it from just straight on Steam. It might be cheaper, but either way you'll get a Steam code, so you can still get it on Steam that way. So and then yes, there's DLCs. But if you're going to play something like Black Ice, I don't think need any of the DLCs. You just get the free updates. Obviously, you get, because they're free. You get those for free, and I think that's all you need to play Black Ice. I think. Maybe some of the spy stuff. I don't know. You'd look at their workshop page to be sure. But so if you're going to play some of the mods, they may not take much of the DLCs, but the DLCs can get expensive, but they go on sale as well. On what days do I stream? Well, Saturdays transmission from the Soviets declared war on Finland. Okay, the Winter War is starting. Saturdays I stream Hearts of Iron 4. Sundays on Twitch only currently, I stream War Thunder. And Fridays we do multiplayer Hearts of Iron 4 on Fridays, and it depends on your local time. But that's sort of my afternoon for Friday's game. And here, I live in California, so how complicated is vanilla? Okay, well, Soul XP, it's a little more complicated than Hearts of Iron 4. If you play, if what I would do, what I recommend doing, if you're willing to go for a complicated game, it's going to take a while to learn. Okay, it's going to take longer. Now, you can watch my videos, which will teach you how to play it. I mean, just simply by, I have some tutorial videos on my channel on 3, Hearts of Iron 3, which will help you. But it will take you a while to learn. I think it's worth learning. I like Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice the best. Now, there's some stability issues with some of the sub mods. I'm still testing. You can see some of the videos there. I'm not going to go into detail now. But you can get the whole package, including all the DLCs, and that's how you should do it. Don't just get the base game for Hearts of Iron 3. Get the whole package. And again, you can check the Paradox page. If you want to, spend some time today looking at some of my videos, and I'm mostly playing Black Ice, or exclusively playing Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 3. That's what I recommend. I still think that is a better game than Hearts of Iron 4. Yeah, that's what I recommend, and it's pretty damn cheap. So, if you're willing to put up with a learning curve, it's a great game. With the Black Ice version, I don't think anybody's made a better game yet. This has potential. I'm a little disappointed in their not living up to the potential in Hearts of Iron 4. I like Hearts of Iron 4, but I like Hearts of Iron 3 better. Both have their strengths and weaknesses, and again, over the various stuff, I've analyzed what I like better about each of the games. So yeah. And of course, Stalin Boy, the YouTube channel has lots and lots of videos. So if you're looking at either past live performances or just other stuff that I make that isn't live, because I mostly 2 times a day post new videos on my YouTube channel. Sort of Christmas here, I haven't been quite living up to that. Just sort of one a day between either live or posting a video. So, okay, we just did that. This, okay, that one weekly stability, that's going up. Okay, recruitable population, that would help. Okay, well, we're doing fair there. Division attrition. Yeah, we'll do this anyways. We'll get this going up here. So I recommend, and you can just scroll down on your Twitch page and you'll see a link to my YouTube channel. Give that a subscribe. I'm really more of a YouTuber who streams than a streamer who has a YouTube channel. At least that's how I see myself. Okay, we're going with the better fighter now, and we'll skip the one model and jump over to that one. Another assassination attempt. Was attacked today. Who was killed in it? An enemy agent. Okay, this is an enemy agent. Thanks, Arno. Do appreciate that a lot. Arno is a great moderator. More support ain't good. Well, yeah, in theory I could, but I could even move like this infantry division back to France if I really wanted to. Maybe I should move that over there. That would probably be better. Because these militia divisions that are this division that they have here, I don't really think I need these Indo-Chinese units, and I don't know that I really need these Moroccan units either. I mean, I do have some French units hanging out in North Africa, militia. because we do have potential for nationalist uprisings. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the Moroccan division here is okay, Mountain 1, but yeah, no, I'm not that worried. I think I will bring this one home, though.
Was all.
Let's go there, and let's click here. There we go. I will bring that one home. But these puppets aren't really worth much. Or it's not like the British Raj or Canada or Australia or whatever coming in for Britain, where they have some decent divisions. Okay, well, we're still grinding through that, and we'll see about getting some of these other technologies. Fuel silo, fuel gain per oil, that's what we'll go after we get that. Researching that one, got that. Well, let's see. Base stability, minus 5%. No, can't do that. Okay, that we could do. Steel mill production. Railroad network, airbase. Yeah, we'll do steel production. Well, thanks for the subscription. I do appreciate it. Soviet Union consumes everything in its path. Oh, goody. Well, the main reason I have not been recruiting any new divisions isn't... Well, manpower was down at like 100,000, maybe even got down to 80,000. But for the longest time, we were negative on rifles and uniforms. So now that we have some of those, and probably enough for a division, that looks okay. We'll train a division up, and we'll set its location to be there in Champagne. Okay, and how does that leave? Okay, let's add one more division there. Add unit. Okay, that's it. I don't think we should stress our production any more than that, because that gets uniforms just down to 5,000. Yeah, and we can take that manpower use. Because if you're going to motorize part of your army, is it better to motorize the cavalry, which is normally a smaller element of your army, first, or motorize your infantry, which is generally larger? So you normally start with the cavalry, and you're trying to keep the cavalry traditions alive. There is continuity of spirit of a unit, even though it may be 100 years since a battle. But if that unit has a remnant of the spirit of a victorious battle and of a type of warfare, even like cavalry, like scouting, rapid movements, you know, tactical deployments that they're setting up, and if you look at that, you want to do motorization now. Some of these units here, you see Division Cuirassiers. These are horsemen who were the last horsemen to wear armor, a cuirass, sort of a breastplate. And so that they are called that, where this is Chars de Combat. Now, where we have the Division Lier Mechanics, I was wondering if they have...
Gardez vos rangs.
Infantry division motorized. So those are motorized infantry divisions. I was wondering if they had dragoons.
Attention.
Ligue de Chevalier, that's a type of cavalry there. I don't know all of the French designations. I want to look at the template here. So semi-motorized infantry. And a lot of in the late 18th century, at least I know a little better on the British side, a lot of the cavalry regiments were still called dragoons. And dragoons are infantry who ride horses, basically. That was their original job. So that they would have a musket, they would ride a horse around, you know, in a group, and when they got ready to go into combat, they'd get off their horse and go in and combat on foot. It was to be, you know, rapid movement by horse, so your infantry moves around fast, you get off and you fight. Now, they also had to have swords because they might be riding along and, oops, some group of cavalry charges in at them. So they would have to defend themselves. Well, by the late 18th century Napoleonic Wars, at least in Britain, all of the dragoon regiments still carried short carbines, you know, short rifle type things. Not rifled, but, you know, muskets. But they were mostly just mounted troops with very little foot training, where there were some light cavalry units, some heavy cavalry units in the British Army during the Napoleonic Wars that only had pistols and muskets. So if they were to ever dismount, they would be waving generally fairly heavy swords around and shooting pistols that weren't any good, but almost literally point blank. So, you know, they're really pure mounted units, where most of the dragoons were mounted units that could dismount, but no longer mounted infantry. So you look at some of the French, there were some dragoon units. I don't know if they were mostly motorized infantry or mostly just tanks. No, not really. At least not that I don't know of too many tank units still called dragoons. They might be in some nations, I don't know. But yeah, dragoons were motorized, or well, no, dragoons were mounted infantry. At least in the early days in Britain, and I think everywhere else. Okay, we are going to interception detection, ground support. We're going to do this first. Yeah, they're canceling their enemies. I start up again with some more at some point here. Okay, well, the world is looking different. There is a winter war going on, but oh, the Soviets took Eastern Poland. That's what that notification was. But Germany hasn't taken Poland yet, though Germany is pushing into Romania. I guess the AI couldn't hold that province. Wow. Well, I don't know what the conditions of the Romanian army are. Okay, we have enough. I'm going to come here now, and we're going to send an attaché, because, oh, they will not accept. Why the hell won't they accept? They're stupid. Okay, yeah, no, they declined. Okay. I don't know how bad it was, but I would have thought they could have held a two province front. Steel industry, nice. Okay, I know I should build some more forts, but I just have so little construction capability. Oh, we've gotten some of that back. Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe we'll build some forts. So let's do this. Here, land fort construction speed's a lot faster. 8%. Well, I'm not going to send any troops. You can't send expeditionary forces once you're at war. And I'm not going to try to send supplies to Finland, so it's not really a thing to do. Romania, I might, well, and I'm not going to declare war on the Soviet Union as France. Romania, I might, but I'm just figuring anything I sent there is going to get lost. Okay, we've been doing this for a long time. That's gotten our stability up to 22%. Stability down 3 because we want to do partial mobilization. Let's do this. Yeah, I know, but I just, quite honestly, I figure anything I sent over there would just be lost because, okay, let the public know is stronger than ever, popularity of decision, keep it in the dark. Okay, we're going to do that. Incumbent party wins. Oh, good. Political power, very nice. Gain stability, cool, that's what we were hoping. Wartime exemption, gain stability, yeah, Republic is one. Gain stability, there we go. Okay, stability popped up. No, it's going down a bit. We'll go down because of that as well. We'll have to do things to push it back up. But we are now at partial mobilization here. But we're still at reserve army. Now I can go to standing army now. We probably will now do so. But notice currently we are division attack negative 80%. Division attack negative 50%. Division defense negative 50%. Let me scan through this here. Political power gain increase. That's good. Training time, that's going to increase, but not that much. Recovery rate, that's all going to get a little less. Okay, we're going to do this now. To standing army. And political power gain is going to go down. Well, I think we're just going to stay at standing army for a while. Well, I'm just too afraid that anything we send will just be lost and won't change the outcome. If they can't hold 2 provinces across the way, me sending 2 or 3 divisions to fight, that isn't going to change the outcome. Maybe if I got there early enough, put a couple of armored divisions right there, maybe. So, call me, how you doing? Well, this mod is a fairly complicated mod, that's true. And of course I've taken a non-historical path by fighting over Czechoslovakia, so that's making make things go sort of odd. I will play another version next Saturday in which we don't go to war over Czechoslovakia, so we'll have Britain as an ally. And we'll see how that works. We still haven't caught up with the fuel yet. And best thing I can do is just say watch the different series that I have playing Black Ice on the YouTube channel. Call me, and that should help
Gardez vos rangs.
with learning it a little better. Okay, we'll attach you to there. Any game like, any strategy game like this that's really worth playing is going to take some time to learn. And if you like strategy games like these type of games,
Bougez-vous!
You'll be able to learn it. It's not too complicated to learn. Unless you truly are an idiot. And I'm not just saying that jokingly. I mean, unless you're an idiot, you can learn this. I'm not saying it's going to be easy or fast to learn. That's a different matter. But if you want to learn it and you like these types of games, whether Hearts of Iron 3, Hearts of Iron 4, or Strategic Command, World War II or World War I, or War Plan, or other things, if you want play these type of games, they take a while to learn. YouTube videos, tutorials, those kind of things can help a lot. They're all learnable. And I'm not. Oh, there's a bunch of things we can. That just popped up. And so, I mean, I'm not saying if you're an idiot if you're having trouble, because sometimes it takes a bit to learn these. I'm not trying to say it doesn't. Not at all. What I'm saying is that just if you apply yourself, you will learn it, and it isn't that hard. Commercial plastics. It is here. Okay, we need to do that then. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, yeah. I don't know like all these options and what they all do. You know, for just in the National Focus Tree. I'm still learning it. Now, I haven't. This is the first time I've been playing as France. Well, I did play way, way, way back, a year or two ago or whatever. But with this country, and there's a lot I'm still learning with this. Oh yeah, no, it's. You're watching me learn this as I play with this version. So with Black Ice, there's a lot to learn. There really is. No doubt about that. Well, guys, tomorrow at 8 a.m. my time here in California, and you can figure out where you are in the world and what time that would be, I will be live streaming on Twitch War Thunder, and you're all welcome to join me and play War Thunder along with me. If there's more than 3 people that want to play with me, I will rotate people in and out of the squad, and if there's enough of us, I'll even set up a custom battle or 2 and play those. So if you want to join it, again, that's a free-to-play game, so you don't have to buy anything if you haven't played it. Mostly driving tanks. So if you guys are interested to not just watch but play with me, Arno, would you be a super great moderator and put a link? If you need to get click the thing to the Discord server and a link that doesn't decay in 24 hours up on the chat, I would love that in both YouTube and Twitch, so that people can get in our Discord. You can join the Discord server. Sometimes find there's only about like 140 members there so far, so there's not a lot, but you might find opponents for Hearts of Iron 4, or people to play War Thunder, or maybe find other people to play with in time. Signals intelligence, yeah, we'll do that. Hello, Poop Hunter. Thank you. And so you can join me tomorrow and actually play, or just watch if you just want to hang out with us. That's cool. But I'll be streaming that. Yeah. Well, let's...
Aux ordres.
Let's do this thing.
Bougez-vous. Aux ordres. Attention.
We're gonna attack from... Since they're off playing over in Yugoslavia.
Écoutez. Écoutez.
Let's see how we do. Okay. We're negative 81. We're fighting against Steiner, decent SS general. We're attacking from 3 provinces. They have intel advantage. We're currently attacking with, well, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, what is it? 7 divisions there against 2. They're dug in, of course, but they have no fortifications. So they never built the west wall. And that's the best we can do. I don't think we're gonna win. I don't really think we're gonna win.
Visez bien.
Going to 78. Well, okay, let's look at... Okay, we just got that. Housing, construction speed, recruitable population up. Let's do excavation, whatever. Aircraft models. Okay, we're going to switch over to better fighters after this. 1940. Where are the float planes? Not just naval bombers, but float planes. Do we have any float planes here? Float planes are normally better at hunting subs. At least in the games. No, not really. Okay, let's do this naval bomber then. And let's come over here and this, we're gonna jump to the latest fighter to skip the intermediate one. What? Okay, this interceptor, we'll swap over to that. Let's go read that production. No, right now it's morning for me. All me here. Oh yeah, Waffen SS, bad guys. Yeah. Well, we're currently bombing the Ruhr, or we were. Yeah, we have 10 aircraft doing strategic bombing over the Ruhr, bombing their factories. I really don't need to bomb Berlin at the moment. Okay, partial mobilization. That may help things out, though that's going to hurt my stability. Okay. Now that we have partial mobilization, it's commit a tank designer. Wartime Organization Act needs this, but that's another hit to stability. We don't have the stability. Bank of France, stability down. All these are not good for stability. Maybe when we get way down here, no. France doesn't like economic reforms. I guess that's the way it is with France still to this day. Okay, let's... where is it? Best in healthcare. Weekly stability 10%. Stabilize the nation. Weekly stability 40%. So we'll go back to that to hopefully stabilize that. At 23 or so percent. Yeah, now we might be able to improve things somewhat here, but still. He's brought in all these 7 divisions now against 2 divisions. Yeah. No, I don't think attacking Germany is going to be much of a thing for us. Oh, goody. Italy's now in the war. Well, guys, I think that's it for this part of the series. Again, next week I'm going to jump back to 1938 date and let Czechoslovakia betray Czechoslovakia and let Germany have it. And that will give us more time before the war starts to build things up. It will keep Britain as an ally and go through a more historical path, but yeah, they get to move. Like I say, this is a province. Those of you later may not know, this is a bad province to defend because it can be attacked from 3 directions. But also, if they come in here, we can attack them from 3 directions. But even with something like this here, 2 divisions defending. We're in the mountains. We have a mountain division. Doesn't look good for us. Looks like they can push around through here. Yeah, I could probably move. Yeah, I could probably move another 3 or 4 divisions down here before this, or move these guys over and hold. I might be able to hold, but nah. And like as we can see here, with this attack not happening, if I come here, this is sort of it. Yeah, go to sleep. Call me. Yep. I'll maybe hopefully see you tomorrow or next weekend. And of course, check out my YouTube channel. So yeah, I think we'll end this branch of the series here. Look forward to seeing other things next time. I think this, just with Italy coming in, is a good point to end this thing. So thanks everybody watching. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron. I'll save this here anyways, just in case I want to come back to it for whatever reason. LP and no, we'll do 38. LPN 38. Or so we know what this is. Okay. And I think we'll end this stream for today. Like I say, tomorrow I'll be back, and pretty sure Arno will be playing War Thunder with me. And again, any of you guys who want to install War Thunder, play, I'd love to have you come hang out with us. So thanks everybody. Thank you so much, Arno, for being a great moderator. He who wields the sword does it very well here. Thank you so much, everybody.